Good day, everybody, and welcome. Welcome back, because it's been a while. Welcome to Miss Valley Entertainment News. My name is Dread. Let me catch you up. It's been busy holiday season, and then moving into the new year. I found several items I was interested in, and thought this would be great to share with my viewers. Things I wanted to do videos on, and I would sit down to do the video, and I'd be like, I just didn't feel like it. Honest to God, I just didn't feel it. And I'm like, I don't want to put out a half-hearted video where my heart is not really into it. So that's why I've been kind of quiet here for the last 4 to 5 weeks. Haven't had much to say, or haven't had the passion to say it. But something very interesting has happened that we need to talk about. First of all, let me say one thing right off the bat. Okay, let's get this out of the way. This is not a political video. I am not endorsing any political party. I am not trashing on any political party. This is not about the politics, but politics are involved in this gaming story. This very important, at this point, at least it seems that way, very important gaming story. Things you need to know about if you haven't heard about them already. So, and the other thing to say is, we're talking U.S. politics. I'm in Canada. Why would what I have to say about U.S. politics matter anyways? So just be aware, this is not a political video, so anybody out there who's getting your cancel culture ready, take it and stuff it up your ass. Okay, let's move on. From what I understand, from what I've heard, when the new Donald Trump administration took over, one of the first things that happened on the first day was a letter or email or whatever it is was sent out to all the gaming companies based out of the US, or I assume all of them. And it basically reminded them that DEI initiatives have now stopped. And they have ground to a halt. The US is out of the DEI business. I'm not quite sure on this, but it seems that the companies have been told, if you're working in the US and you're going to push DEI, please be aware, you may lose your funding and or you may be sued by the U.S. government and or be put in prison or whatever. I don't know the exact details, but all I know is gaming companies are closing down their DEI firms, their DEI people. They put the people on leave. They shut it down because they can't continue with it, with what's come out now. If that's so, this is literally the death throes of DEI in North America, in the West here. And that's huge for gamers, because that's the kind of stuff where people have been being hired for companies based on skin color, based on ethnicity, based on sexual identity, all these other things, based on what, all this stuff. And they have not been hiring based on who's the best person for the job, who is the person most, who's had the most experience, all that kind of thing. And you've had a lot of people who have come into the gaming industry who just don't have the necessary skills to be there, and instead they bring their own agendas. They insert those agendas into the games, and it hasn't been going well, has it? We know it hasn't. So let's get into this and find out exactly what's going on. We're going to take a look at a few clips. This might take a while. I don't know how much of each clip we're going to watch, because some of them are a little bit longer, but we are going to go through this because this is extremely important gaming news. And it's very, very serious. Right, Trent? Right. Let's get to it. First, we got Asmongold clips here. We have a little video clip called "This is a Total Bloodbath." Ooh, losing my voice already. Good start, Dread.
This is crazy for me to see this. There has been basically a complete victory over DEI. It is getting deleted from society at large. The Office of Personnel Management is preparing for mass layoffs of DEI employees. Send notifications to all employees of DEIA offices that they are being placed on paid administrative leave effective immediately, as the agency takes steps to close and end all initiatives, offices, and programs.
One of the initiatives just shut down is something we had to deal with a few months ago. Department of Homeland Security funded Take This just put out a document demanding that game companies denounce Gamergate 2.
You may be at a loss to know how to talk about the issue and what, if anything, you can do. That's where we come in. Who's we? Who the fuck are these people? It's branding, like they were funded partially by the Department of Homeland Security. They take down all outward-facing media of DEI.
So some of the DEI stuff, some of the companies backing them and advising them were actually run by the U.S. government previous to this. Which probably meant funding coming from the U.S. government for them to preach to you, the gamer, about how you should be in life and how you should view people, treat people, this and that and that and this. Let me just say, when it comes to government, I am for less government involvement in people's lives, less red tape, less bureaucracy, smaller government. Get the fuck out of my way. I'm, as we the people, and I know I'm not American, but still, as we the people actually run things in our own lives, and we actually run things for the country based upon consumerism and based upon everything else, initiatives, innovation, building things, making things, coming up with ideas, being nice to people around us and helping out. These are the things that make a country work, not the effing government. Okay, the government almost always gets in the way, and they try to get involved in as many things as possible to make themselves more important in your lives so you can't get rid of them. I say smaller government, less red tape, get out of people's way and let them do their thing. That's what I believe politically. Again, that's not endorsing any particular party in any particular country. I'm just saying that's what I believe works best.
IA offices, so they're just getting they're getting totally fucking deleted. Cancel any DEI trainings and terminate any DEI related contractors. Withdraw any pendings, documents, directives, orders, materials, and equity plans issued by the agency. And this has to happen basically tomorrow. I want to say that this is a complete, total fucking eradication. I've pushed.
Yes, and by getting rid of the parts of the U.S. government that have helped to push and fund DEI, you can bet DEI is going down, at least in this area of the world. And I include my area, Canada, in this because we just follow along with what the U.S. does, honestly, just on a smaller note, on a smaller key, but we do. We're kind of the, U.S. and Canada, we're kind of just, we're North America to me. No offense to Mexico. Mexico kind of does their own thing, I feel, but maybe I'm wrong on that. If you're Mexican, you can tell me. But yeah, as far as, the left part of the world here, the Western part of the world, Canada, the US, if we can nip this in the bud properly, it is going down in gaming. Because we know over in the Eastern part of the world, there is no DEI in gaming. Right, we're seeing that, we're understanding that. Europe, I believe, has followed along with the U.S., but probably not to the extent maybe the U.S. has pushed this. But yeah, it's very, very interesting because if the funding dries up and if the government now frowns on it, you can bet it is shrinking like a tumor being hit by some very, very nasty chemicals. Okay, let's finish this up here.
For this a lot because I view it to be tremendously corrosive. You have people that are just so obviously not supposed to be in the positions that they're in. And at the end of the day, it is racist. It is discriminatory. Absolutely. And that's why it got removed.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's take a look at the next video. This is by Yellow Flash 2. And these will all be linked down below, by the way. This is called Leftist Senator Wants War Over Trump DEI Ban. Scared Tech Companies Will Abandon Cause. Let's see what he has to say. Again, these are all linked down below. Check them out for yourself.
So according to the New York Post, the left is now more unpopular worldwide than any time since the Cold War. Because they decided at one point they were just going to go as far as they could. And it just did not sit well with people. And now you're seeing a shift globally, really. It's not just in America. I bet you that Pierre guy wins in Canada next. You've already seen a lot of
I didn't know he's going to bring up Canadian politics. I'm gonna hold my peace and bite my tongue. You want to know my stance on Canadian politics? Get in my Discord and DM me and say, "Hey, I'm just interested for my own self." What I'll tell you, but we'll keep it off this channel.
A lot of countries kind of reject this stuff. We'll see how far it goes, but their policies just aren't popular, and they go with the most niche things to make pretty much their entire platform run on, and it just didn't sit well with people. And now, instead of maybe reflecting and saying, you know, we gotta maybe go back towards the center a little bit here. Maybe we need to connect with people and really just get back to, you know, things that make sense. No, instead, they're going to double down. They're going to double down. They're going to go right back to how they were in 2016 and make their whole platform about, at least here in America, fighting Trump. We're going to get that Trump. And all it's going to do this time, because, you know, in 2020, Trump didn't win. Now, I won't get into, I don't even think I can get into
Move it along.
what happened there.
Come on.
Getting in trouble on YouTube. So we're just going to leave it as it is.
I do apologize. I have not watched this in advance. I'm watching it for the first time with you. I could have skipped all this stuff otherwise.
But I don't think this time they're going to have the effect that they are looking for. So here you've got the Senate Minority Whip, Dick Durbin, pretty much encouraging people to defy Trump's DEI orders. So instead of saying, you know, I wonder why people are rejecting all of this crazy shit, no, they're going to double down on it. A super unpopular look. They're just going to quadruple down on it. Yeah, you know, we're going to keep going after this instead of focusing on the economy and things people actually give a shit about. No, we're just going to quadruple down. Listen to this.
And I want to ask you about the DEI decision, because that affects, it seems like, everyone in government, and by implication, the way it's worded, it seems like it's also a directive to universities, to corporations, to others around the country.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. It's designed to discourage efforts to have diversity in the leadership of companies as well as agencies of government.
Yeah, it's working. Amazon just reported, I think the other day, I was reading something about it. They're toning down a lot of their DEI. McDonald's dropped it. A lot of companies are just following what he's saying. We're going to get to that.
Well, it seems to me that's because they know that current now U.S. President Donald Trump was just elected with a vast majority of people voting for him across the spectrum of people. So that pretty much, and he's talked about doing away with this. I mean, it's not a shock to people. Like, maybe it's a shock how quickly he did it. I don't know, but this was part of his platform, part of his speeches, part of what he was talking about leading up to election, right? I mean, I've heard it from before, and I'm not even American. I don't have a battery to throw into the election, results here. But it seems to me that some of these larger companies in the U.S. are now realizing the majority of the people don't want this and view this as bad. And if we keep doing this, we're going to piss off people, and we're going to get customers being like, hey, let's not shop at Walmart anymore. Let's not eat at McDonald's anymore. And if you've got a vast majority of people doing that, you're going to bleed money so effing quickly. So I think they're seeing which way the dollar turns here, and they're realizing in order to remain a successful, growing business, we better cut out this, which from a financial viewpoint is using your brain. Whether or not you agree that politically or anything else, from a financial viewpoint, that's using your brain to realize, stay with the money. Don't chase after throwing money down a hole that you'll never get it back out of, right? Just makes sense.
That in a second. But let's continue. This guy's saying, let's just defy him.
I happen to think that diversity is America's strength. Obviously, the Trump...
Why? And I'm not saying that diversity is bad.
I thought America was a melting pot. thought everybody comes in and then they're all Americans. Is there diversity within that? Sure. But I don't think anybody is saying, like, getting rid of DEI. I mean, they shouldn't be saying anyways that getting rid of DEI means let's just hire straight white males for everything. Nobody's saying that. It's just let's hire based on are you the right person for the job? We'll hire you. Not, hey, we've got 10 people over here with way more experience than you do who have no experience, but we need to hire another whatever because we don't have enough of whatever, so we have to hire you. Like that kind of stuff's insane. America's the land of opportunity. And there's a lot of opportunities in Canada, but we know America is the land of opportunity. That's why people go there from all over the world. They don't go there thinking, oh my God, America is so racist and sexist and ist that we have to go there and then join our voice to the people and change things so it can be more like the place we just came from and fled. Because that doesn't make any effing sense. People go there because there are opportunities for them. Opportunities to be free, opportunity to make your own choices, opportunity to apply yourself and do your best to get whatever job you can and work hard at it and then move your way up if you want, or move your way sideways to somewhere else when you got experience. There's all these opportunities in America, right? But is there racism in America? Sure. Some people will view somebody of a different race or a different sexual identity or a different hairstyle or, with or without piercings or tattoos or whatever. They will view that and say, I don't want to hire that person. They might do that. Yes, it does happen. But there's also, like if you're a person who's got the experience necessary for the job and somebody else gets hired over you who has less, then you can usually turn around and get a lawyer and launch a lawsuit against the company. They just discriminated against me, right? So there's still a lot of opportunity in America. And again, I don't see people flooding to America because America's so bad. We have to join with America to help change America to be better. It's a lot of fast backwards thinking and a lot of double speak that makes no sense that goes on nowadays, and it's really tiring. Anyways, I'm ranting. I'm sorry.
These people have turned it into a religion at this point. It's always the same answer. Well, it's our strength. It's our strength.
Sorry, that was way too much of a rant. I should probably cut that out, but I'm not gonna.
Administration sees it just the opposite. We should continue to encourage individuals and agencies and corporations to do the right thing anyway.
The right thing is to basically demonize and hate on white people and kick them out of the job and replace them. You know who should get jobs? The best candidate, no matter who they are and what they look like.
Absolutely.
The best person for the job. That's what I want. Whoever that is, whoever rises to that position, no matter who they are, that should be the person that gets the job.
Do you think it's necessary under this order of an energy emergency to not only suspend drilling?
Holy shit, this lady.
She seems depressed.
Low energy.
Yeah.
But also to stop what Congress already approved on.
Now, see, this woman is not the best person for this job. This is a good example of that. Not the best reporter. Super, super low.
I'd agree. Just based on this, anyways.
Who's the person that got the job? You don't deserve this job. You know how many people probably want this job that she's sitting at? She sucks. I've never seen her before, but holy shit. At least, get a teleprompter and read a little faster.
Solar and wind programs in the IRA.
It makes no sense. If we can find alternative sources of energy to fuel our economy and do it in an environmentally responsible...
Drill, baby, drill! So he was talking about companies and they should keep doing that. Well, they're not doing that. Report tech executives will respect President Trump's ban on discriminatory DEI as he orders potential litigation, and regulatory action.
So the tech executives have said, oh, yeah, we're going to follow along what the government says. But he has also said you will get sued and have regulations thrown at you and everything else if you don't. All right, let's jump to the next one anyways. This is by the Trent Report. No, not that Trent. This is called President Donald Trump Orders Potential Litigation and Regulation Against Companies Promoting DEI. So a little bit more about this, I guess.
Report claims that tech executives, quote, will respect President Trump's ban on discriminatory DEI as he orders potential litigation and regulatory action against corporations and other businesses in the private sector that are promoting DEI and have
Private sector. Ding, ding. Hello, gaming companies based out of the U.S. or with U.S. employees or whose market is the U.S. Ding, ding. Soon as some of those lawsuits and regulations go up against the companies, who are saying no to this, as soon as that happens, it's going to collapse inwards, man. The whole thing will collapse inwards. Look, I was thinking DEI was going out because the gamers are doing such a good job not buying the products, okay? And when I say DEI, I include all the woke stuff, all right? All the stuff we talk about on a daily basis or weekly basis, yearly basis, maybe. I don't know. I haven't talked about it lately. But I was thinking all this stuff was going down, but I was saying it was going to take probably 2 years before we really, really see it collapse. It would take that long. Now, I don't think so. Now I think in a matter of months, this shit is going to disappear. The F appear. Gamers, high five. Did anyone expect that right after being elected and sworn in as your 47th? I can't remember which number it is. U.S. president, that President Donald Trump would put out orders that would clean up your gaming industry of all the crap we've been fighting for years this quickly. Did anyone expect that? I didn't see that coming. I did not. It's very interesting.
have DEI policies. Roll this up over at phantompulse.com. You can find the link in the description below. Encourage you to head on over, become a paid subscriber. You get all kinds of articles such as this, where we cover everything from video games, movies, television, comics, novels, tabletop gaming. We've got it all. It is your place for pop culture. And support us over there. It costs just $5 a month, and you get tons of articles to read every single day. So talked about this in a video yesterday. He had an executive order titled Reforming the Federal Hiring Process and Restoring Merit to Government Service. Obviously, this one was clearly focused on the federal government, noting that the current federal hiring practices are broken, insular, and outdated. They no longer focus on merit, practical skill, and dedication to our Constitution. Federal hiring should not be based on impermissible factors such as one's commitment to illegal racial discrimination under the guise of equity or one's commitment to the invented concept of gender identity over sex. Inserting such factors into the hiring process subverts the will of the people, puts critical government functions at risk, and risks losing the best qualified candidates. The order then detailed that there is going to be a new hiring plan for the federal government. The government will prioritize recruitment of individuals committed to improving the efficiency of the federal government, passionate about the ideals of our American republic, and committed to upholding the rule of law and the United States Constitution.
That's the next part that's important. That's, to me, is important, just in the overall spec of this. It also declares that it will, quote, prevent the hiring of individuals based on their race, sex, or religion, and prevent the hiring of individuals who are unwilling to defend the Constitution or to faithfully serve the executive branch. In other words, this is what the DEI stuff has been doing. It's been preventing it is prioritized the hiring of people based solely on their race, their sex, or their religion, or whatever, which automatically excludes anybody outside of that, which is racist, sexist, everything else is. And of course, the other second part of this just basically means they will go after anybody who is working to defy or bring down the will of the people and the will of the people in charge, which makes sense. That's why they have elections. Have somebody represent the will of the people. Is that not why there's elections? My understanding of elections.
Constitution. It also declares that it will prevent the hiring of individuals based on their race, sex, or religion, and prevent the hiring of individuals who are unwilling to defend the Constitution or to faithfully serve the executive branch. We then got this memorandum from the Office of Personnel Management instructing offices and agency sub.
You know what? We can probably leave this video here. It's not going to touch too much on the gaming part of it. Am I reading too much into this? Please drop into the comments and let me know. Am I reading too much into this? But I see the death knell of the wokeism and the DEI infestation of the gaming companies here in the Western world. And if you've got the Eastern world and the Western world no longer doing that, I don't think anything in the middle is going to survive by continuing this either. This is, again, collapsing inward on itself like a black hole. Black hole kind of pulls things in. Does it collapse? I don't know. Anyways, what do I know about black holes and stars, people? I find this very, very interesting. Again, if you think I'm reading too much into this, let me know. If you think I'm right on this, let me know. Drop it down in the comments. I'd love to hear what your opinion on is on all of this. I find it extremely, extremely interesting and a little bit of a shock. I just did not see this coming. I did not. It's super, super interesting. And I think it's super important news for gamers to be aware of what's going to be going on here. I've heard rumors and whispers already about gaming companies tossing their DEI people out already because of this, or preparing to. Are those rumors true? We're going to find out really quickly, but I think based on what I'm reading, what I'm seeing, and what I'm hearing, that they are. Again, drop it in the comments. Let me know. Have your say. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll try to be a little more active here in this channel. I do still have some things I do want to talk about. I may be a little bit late to the party on some of them, but some interesting things have happened over the last few weeks that I would like to touch on in videos going forward. So stay tuned for that. Thank you all for your patience with me. It has been a weird 4 to 5 weeks lately for me. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and it's been good to clear my head sometimes, to step away from, leave something behind and say, I can't focus on this right now. I have other things I need to focus on. But I am back, and we're going to ease back into this. Thank you all for sticking with me. My name is Dread. This is Miss Valley Entertainment News. We'll catch you later, be it gamers. And remember, it looks like we get a win. It looks like we might get a win out of this. Thank you all. Bye-bye.